You're applying like crazy, but you're not getting any responses. It's starting to feel like that song, Message in the Bottle. You send out your message, your application, and all you hear are crickets. Well, there's an expression. If you're just applying, you're dying. And that's reality. Because right now, the job market is such that within hours, there are hundreds of applicants, and usually within a day or more, there are over thousands and thousands of candidates. Now, the reality is this, that no recruiter really has the bandwidth to go through thousands of applicants. But with ATS and AI vetting, 75% of individuals are already getting knocked out. So that means that for every 100, there's potentially about 25. But don't think things are that great, because they may never get to the next 100 applicants with only 25 to look at, which would be 50 total, because they may only go through 40 or less. Because once they find 4 to 6 candidates that match what the hiring manager is looking for, they are going to present them. And if the hiring manager says, hey, this is absolutely what I'm looking for, or you know what, I'm willing to give these people an interview, the recruiter is legitimately doing a happy dance. Because if one of those people gets hired, the job is done. And in the meantime, all those other applicants, they never get seen. And they're lucky even to get a message that says, well, thank you so much. We really appreciate all your effort. And you were really, really enticing in terms of your experience, but we've decided to go with someone else, which is basically a no. And you're lucky if you get that. So what do you need to do? You need to have a strong network on LinkedIn, and you need to be connecting with people, and you need to be reaching out to them. Now, sort of the law of life is that when people are asked, can you give me this? They back off. So you need to show that you are relevant and you have enticing ideas that they can actually use, things that are insightful. So you need to communicate what are your insightful treasure trove of information that you can share with them. And in this way, you become part of the conversation, because here's the reality. Only 12 to 18% of jobs are actually going to make it to a job board, which means that the greater majority will never actually be shown externally. They will stay within an organization. And of that 80% plus, 40% will already be with individuals they already have in mind, that they're already planning on hiring. But of that other 40%, how do you become a part of that conversation? Because when someone starts to say, we have a problem, and they start having a pain point, and they start thinking, okay, how am I going to have a solution? Oh, I need to hire someone. You want to be part of that conversation in their mind, and then talking to other people. Hey, I came across this person. They have some really great ideas. They're really insightful. It's really helpful. You know what? Let's get them into the process as well. So you need to be doing that. You need to be reaching out to folks. Now, with LinkedIn Recruiter, you go to the LinkedIn page of their profile, not the list where it says, hey, connect, because you can do that all day. Fantastic, wonderful. But the problem is that someone is more likely to actually connect with you if you send them a message. So you go to their profile. If you only see follow, look at the 3 dots or the more button, you hit that, and there's going to be a drop down that says connect. You hit connect. Then it's going to say, you want to add a message? Sure do. And you have 300 characters or less to write a message and say hi, and maybe think about what is it that you do that they may find interesting, and why would they want to connect with you? Is it because you have a robust network? Is it because of the kind of work you do? Are you curious as to how they do their job? You know, people love talking about themselves. Or is it also maybe something where like, hey, I'm new to the industry and I'm looking for people who are real movers and shakers, who are doing things in our industry, and I'd really love to learn from you and see your perspective as to the kind of work that you do. That will increase your chances. And once you connect, you send them a message. Thank you so much for connecting. I really appreciate it. This is the kind of space that you communicate what it is that you do that's relevant to what they do, and you welcome a conversation or maybe sharing of ideas or perspectives. And then if they don't respond to that and give you a conversation, then you follow up down the road and you share a little bit more and you invite them, hey, it'd be great to have a chat, because this way you start to engage. And at the same time, you follow their company, you look at posts that they do, and you click like and you comment. And when you comment, you write at least 12 words. Now, for yourself, commenting is really important because when you comment, it will increase the traffic towards your profile by 3 times. If you post or even repost one of these individuals who may post something on LinkedIn and you repost it, hey, that counts as a post. And if you do 1 post a week, that increases the traffic towards your LinkedIn profile 4 times. So think about that. Who wouldn't want a total of 7% more traffic in their direction? And if you do more activity, chances are you will even increase more traffic towards you. So I go to a lot of different businesses that are startups and no one knows who they are, and I call them buried treasures. What happens to a buried treasure? Well, no one knows about them and they get walked all over. So you want to dig yourself out. You want to become a known entity. You want to be someone that someone else looks at and says, you know what? I like the way they think. I like their ideas. You know, they have some insightful information that I think is really useful and helpful. And in this way, you become part of that conversation. So when they have a job available, you become the person that they start to think about. Message in the bottle. You know what? Great song. But I wouldn't want to be living that way if I was a candidate.